We're here at Messe with Trevor on the Sontronics booth, where he's showing us the prototype, the well-thumbed prototype of the Sonora mic pre. I mean, it's been so popular, people have been all over it, so it's covered in fingerprints, but I believe that real ones are being rolled out as we speak. So tell us what makes this exciting, because basically you plug in a mic and the signal comes out the other end.
Yes.
How exciting can it be?
Well, it depends how excited you are about microphones and preamps. We're very excited, as you imagine, being a manufacturer of microphones and preamps. Let me explain to you a little bit more about what is Sonora 2. Keen eyes amongst you might recognize this from last year's Musikmesse, where we mooted the product that was going to be made. The last year has been spent making it, basically. What is special about this product? Well, first and foremost, it's a revision of our original Sonora, which we launched over 4 years ago. It became a very popular product around the world. At the time, we continued to research and develop ways of improving it. It's a portable box, and it's something that can be carried around from studio to studio, from location to location. So we wanted to make the box sturdier and the architecture inside the box sturdier to cope with that possibility. It's our own circuit design. There are many boxes out there in the boutique preamp world that are emulations of the famous Neves and APIs and SSLs. This is Sontronics circuit design, and only our circuit design. It is a discrete dual channel circuit. It has, it's a Class A preamplifier, of course, transformerless. It has 66 dBs of gain and 66 of headroom. So the concept here is that basically it can cope with all of your ribbon microphones that don't have a phantom power circuit like ours do. So things like Cole's 4038s, the old SDC mics, you can plug in here, you can drive up your sort of 40 to 45 dBs of gain without the stress of hiss and noise. So the amp will cope with that admirably. It has, let's just go through the features on here very briefly, a 75 Hertz, 12 dB per octave cut. It's fairly gentle, it's not too aggressive, still musical. We've got a pad here, which will be a 20 decibel pad. We have a phase reverse, which is an additional feature compared to the old box. It was mooted at the time that we had a lot of wonderful reviews in all of the press, including yours. And basically one thing that was requested, that as a dual box, it would be great to have a phase reverse. The old design, the architecture didn't allow us to fit anything more inside or on the panel. So you might note that this is a little larger and facilitated the ability to put that on the front. We've got a phantom power switch here as we did before, but this time we've also got a light, an LED that illuminates when it's on. So it's clear to see if your mic channel's working, if you need phantom power. We've also saved space by using the Neutrik dual concentric XLR and jack balance jackpot. So this will be a Neutrik component in here. We're using quality components. We've got very high quality selectors in here too. So again, high specification components also. Around the back side of it, balanced output on XLR, again Neutrik, and a balanced jack output Neutrik. These, as per the old Sonora, run simultaneously, so you could run a set off for monitoring if you wish. We have our external power supply, which is tucked under the desk there, again keeping that transformer, our own transformer design, outside of the signal path. So any noise, any induction from that large toroidal magnet will have no effect at all on the signal channel. On the old Sonora, we had a power on-off switch here, which has now been replaced by a ground lift for DI purposes. So those of you that want to use this for plug-in electroacoustics, for bass guitars, for synthesizers, it's there, and it's the one feature that was also mentioned that would be nice to have on a wish list on the last product. So we've done everything we possibly can to improve on the last product whilst retaining the signature sound. In terms of response, the frequency response of this is linear, and we've tried to keep it as linear as possible in the useful range of 20 Hertz to 20 kilohertz, which is where most of our hearing tends to be. The key here is that this doesn't change the sound of your microphone. So you have a favorite microphone. Let's choose a Saturn, for example. You put the Saturn in this, the Saturn has its frequency response, and it remains the same whilst passing through the box. So this doesn't alter anything. What it does do is it approaches the upper end, it starts to roll off slightly, and it's difficult, lots of buzzwords in our industry, of course, but we call it a silkiness, a sheen, if you want to call it that, but it's not sibilant. It has a vintage tonality to it. So that's what we will call that for the moment, a vintage tone. Most importantly, and something we're extraordinarily proud of, is that this is our first product to be made in England. So Sontronics comes home to the UK, very first product made in Great Britain, in Poole, in Dorset, and the company that is working with us to manufacture this is making products for McLaren, for Ferrari, for United, Eurofighter. It's the finest manufacturing we could find in the UK, and to be honest, in the world for this type of product. So hopefully that will mean a lot to a lot of the audio professionals out there. We see the UK as the birthplace of professional audio, to be honest, and we think about all of the famous brands that we all like. They basically come from the UK. So Sontronics, UK brand, British company, British made products. Price point will be £699, including VAT, around €699 plus tax, and we are expecting the first deliveries to come through in about 8 weeks' time.
Well, that's answered pretty much all the questions, Trevor. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.